Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are visiting my channel for the first time, I wanted to mention that I have many more interesting videos on my channel, and if you click on the playlist button, you will see many more interesting videos about Mercedes-Benz and BMWs, because those are my favorite brands. Anyway, on today's video I'm going to talk about how to solve no sound issue on radio on this particular model of Mercedes-Benz. This is 2003 ML 350, and I've seen exactly same radios on other models like W210, CLK, maybe some others, I don't remember now. Anyway, here's the problem. I turn on the ignition and radio is on, trying to increase volume, but there's no volume, no sound at all. If I turn off, it's supposed to reset, but no miracle happening. Turn on, no volume. If I turn off the ignition, nothing happened, no sound. So there are many videos on the YouTube talking about this issue, and they saying that you have a problem with a fiber cable, and I tested all of that. I did all of that on the other videos, but there was no video that would help in my case. So even if I would overwrite one of the components, like a subwoofer, amplifier I mean, and put that jumper connector on a fiber optic cable, that it does not help in my case. So this is what I discovered. When I remove the radio, I've been pinpointing on the back what could be the reason. So my radio is currently out because I've been messing with it. But if you want to pull it out, you need to have a special keys to click on this side locking mechanism in order to pull it out. But I don't have a special keys, I just have this instrument cluster hooks, and it's working okay. Anyway, I'm going to put a little rack right here because I don't want to scratch any of the buttons when I pull out this radio. Okay, so on the back of the radio you will see this red fuse, 10 amp fuse. If I disconnect or pull out this fuse and then reconnect it back, everything is going to work like it should. So, which means that I am disconnecting the power supply to the radio itself, and it's losing all of the memory, and after I reconnected back that fuse, it's resetting the system, and the audio is normal as it should. All I need to do just press the code for the radio because it has a security code. So let me show you what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to say. So again, doing the same procedure, no volume as you can see. Now I'm going to pull out that fuse. Okay, let me get a little screwdriver. So pulling out that fuse, as you can see, no power anymore. And now, after those 2-3 seconds, I'm going to install that fuse. Now, the system is going to ask me for a code. And that's my code. I put enter, and now I have a volume.
Edmonton's country.
So now I understand that there is a glitch in the radio itself, and it's got nothing to do with the fiber optic cables or jumpers. That's got nothing to do, or amplifier. That has something to do with the radio itself. Now, how I'm going to rectify this problem? I'm going to extend this fuse holder. I'm going to use a extension fuse holder, as you can see, a remote fuse holder, and I'm going to tap a switch between, cut one of the wires, and I'm going to put a on and off switch on this line. So it's going to be inline switch that is going to simulate pulling out that fuse and resetting the power when I have such a problem next time. And this solution will cost me only 10 bucks in total. Fuse holder extension and the switch, on and off switch. Of course I could put a momentary switch if I had, so I would push the button and release it after 2 seconds. But since I had that switch in my toolbox, I didn't have to buy a switch, so I'm just going to use this one as a disconnecting power and reconnecting back after 2 seconds. Just like I'm doing with this button. Pushing in and pushing out. That would be pretty much same idea with this button right here. I know that this is not the ideal solution, but this is a 23 years old vehicle and I'm not planning to buy a new radio or look for other radio on eBay or whatever, or from the junkyard. Who knows, maybe it's going to have exactly the same issue. This particular issue with no sound is happening to my radio maybe once a month. So because of that, I'm going to install just this switch to disconnect the power, which will simulate removing that fuse that I showed you before. So let's now, since I'm not using this ashtray, I'm not a smoker, I'm going to use this little platform area for this switch, so it's going to look aesthetically nice. And every time I have a problem, I'm just going to open the ashtray, flip this button and reset the radio. Okay, so the switch is installed. I soldered 2 wires into that switch. Then I drilled a hole for the wire that I was able to fish it and solder it into one of the red wires. Now that fuse that was installed on a radio, it's now here, and the other end is going to go to the radio directly. Okay, looking good. Like some wires on my way that I need to move. Okay. Okay, everything is sitting in place. Now I can start my vehicle or turn on the ignition and power on radio. And the radio is working. So next time, if I have a problem with the sound, let's pretend that I have a problem with the sound. I'm just opening this ashtray, flipping this switch for 1 second, turning back, entering my code, and I'm good to go. Well, again, this is my particular problem that I figured out, that radio needs some hard resetting, either disconnecting main battery terminal for 1 second or removing that fuse. So both of those options are not that great because it takes some time, especially if you're driving. you're in the middle of the road and you want to listen radio, you're not going to have time to, or maybe you want to pull out this radio every time on the go and reset by unplugging that fuse. But I decided this is the easiest option to install this flip switch. Anyway, if you know the solution for such an issue, please let me know. Maybe I'm going to learn something from you guys. But again, this is not the fiber optic issue that everybody is talking about on YouTube. I tried everything, I tested everything, and it took me 3 months to figure out how to deal with my particular issue. Yeah, that's I decided to go this route, and I can live with that little switch and reset once in a while, like every month or so, instead of investing into the, you know, OEM radio. If I would be installing aftermarket radio, probably this problem would be solved, but this radio is working excellent. I mean excellent. It's really crisp sound, pretty loud enough for this vehicle, and I've been happy enough. By the way, this radio comes with a CD player and a cassette player, so it's a pretty cool OEM radio. Anyway, I hope that it was helpful for somebody with the same issue, and again, let me know if you know the other way how to fix it. Maybe it's a simple fix. I'll see you in my next video. God bless you.